Good morning, guys. We're ready for ELA lesson for today. And we're going to start off with a review of something we looked at last week, and that's homographs and homophones. Let's look at this chart right here first, just to see what it means. These are words that are prefixes. Homo means the same. Homophone, homograph. A phone is a sound, and a graph is writing. So homophone means the words have the same sound. Homograph means the same writing, or they're spelled the same. So we're going to take a look at some of those. And what are our spelling words this week? Are they homophones or are they homographs? Think of aloud and aloud. Well, they're spelled differently, aren't they? But we say them the same. So our spelling words are all homophones this week. Homophones are words that look different but sound the same. Homographs are words that look the same but have different meanings. Learning how to decipher the meaning of homographs and homophones will help you better understand the text. So let's look at some examples here. She wore a ruby ring. We heard the doorbell ring. Are these homophones or homographs? They're homographs, right? Because they're spelled exactly the same writing, the same spelling, but they have different meanings. So this is a ring you would wear on your finger. This is a ring like ding-a-ling-ling when your doorbell rings. Homographs. The leaves were bright red. She read her book each night. Okay, are these homophones or homographs? They're like our spelling words, aren't they? They're homophones. They sound alike, but they're spelled differently. Red and red. This is a color. She read her book each night. That means she's going to read it. 3, or she already read it. 3, the coyote chased the deer. Kate is my dear friend. Homophones or homographs? They're not spelled the same, so they're homophones. They just sound the same. A deer is an animal, and deer means somebody who you love a lot. 4, the dogs bark a lot. I scrape my hand on tree bark. Homophones or homographs? Homographs, they're spelled the same, but they mean something different. So the dogs bark, it's the sound the dogs makes. This kind of bark grows on trees. So make sure you know homophones and homographs. Also, our grammar this week, what are they? They're homophones too, aren't they? Like yesterday, two. They all sound the same, but they're spelled different. Today's going to be there. They all sound the same, but they're spelled differently. All right, let's take a look at our 2 vocabulary words for our story that we're reading one more time today. First one was timid. If you're timid, you're very careful, often fearful. You're timid, then smoke jumping might seem too risky for you. Strenuous, if something is strenuous, it takes a lot of effort or energy. Smoke jumpers perform many strenuous tasks, such as carrying equipment while fighting fires. Can you think of somebody who's timid? A little bit shy, a little bit fearful, a little bit careful. I would be when it comes to smoke jumping because I'm scared of heights. I would be timid. Can you think of something that's strenuous? Maybe long division, huh? Takes a lot of effort or energy to figure those problems out. All right. Today, we're not going to read this out loud together, but I want you to read it on your own today. Remember, it's on page 266 to 271 in your reading book. So read again today, Smoke Jumpers to the Rescue, because one of the assignments today is a little quiz on the story. So make sure you read it. Just kind of quickly glance through it with me, though, here. We're not going to read the whole thing. So notice how the story is set up. We've got text. We've got a text feature here. This is colored in red with a little bit of fire on the A. We've got some graphic features. We've got some pictures with captions here on this page. Some more graphic features, pictures, and captions. Our text is set up in little boxes here with a heading. We've been learning about text features, text structures. And another type of text structure is not so much what the story looks like, but how the story is written. So let's take a look at these 4 types of text structure. As a matter of fact, I know that one of there was one question rather on your benchmark about these types of text structure. So let's take a look at these 4. Make sure you listen closely to this because, like I said, you've already seen it on the first benchmark. Some writers, some authors write a story that compares and contrasts things. It tells, using a little Venn diagram here, I'm sure you've used one of these before, how things are different and how they're alike. The purpose of a compare-contrast text structure would be to describe how things are alike and how they're different. And some transition words you might see in that kind of story would be but, both, however, and. Okay, some of those conjunctions a few of those are conjunctions that we learned a couple weeks ago. Some authors might write a cause and effect story. Because this happened, here is the effect. The purpose would be to explain what happened and why it happened. Some transition words would be because, so, in order to, as a result. And then I think this was the type of text structure in your story on your benchmark. It was sequence. First this happens, then this happens, then this happens. First, next, last. The purpose would be to explain events in order. Transition words would be before, first, next, then, last, and after. So that's just a story that tells events in order. And then problem solution. Purpose, how to show how a problem and how it is solved. Transition words would be problem, solution, difficulty. The answer is. Well, thinking about this, what do you think? Which one of these is smoke jumpers? What do you think is the text structure of smoke jumpers? If we went back and looked at get ready to read, it's narrative nonfiction. It gives factual information by telling a story about real people, places, and events. Narrative nonfiction presents events in sequential order. This helps readers understand what happened and when. So what do you think? Let's go back to this text structure. If it happens in sequential order, which does this look like? Sequence. First, next, and last. And so our story tells, it starts off with first, get ready, go, and then the man's counting to 4, and then the parachute opens, and then he hits the ground, and then he does this, and then he does this. So it's in sequential order. So the text structure of smoke jumpers is sequence. Sequence. We're going to read another story tomorrow that I believe is going to have a different type of text structure. Well, as I said, we're working with homophones this week as well. And so today's homophones are there, and there in Lincoln grammar. We've got to know how to spell these and when to use these homophones. So this there, T-H-E-I-R, it means it belongs to them. That is their cat. That's a possessive pronoun, isn't it? Whose cat is it? It's their cat. We could say that is Miss McLaughlin, Miss Jordan, and Miss Williams' cat. Or we could say that is their cat. It takes the place of a noun. It shows possession, so it's a possessive pronoun. It shows it belongs to them. This type of there, it's a contraction for they are. They are. Just take off the A and put an apostrophe there. There, we could say they are missing their cat. Sometimes when I'm writing a sentence, I have to think, does they are work in that spot? What if it would put T-H-E-Y apostrophe R-E here? Would it work? That is, they are cat? No, that wouldn't make sense, would it? They are missing their cat. Okay? And then the last there is, it's like a place. Their cat is over there. There. It's there. Where is it? It's over there. So it kind of shows position or place. Okay? So you'll have these 3 words that you'll have to put in the correct, choose which one to put in the sentence today. There'll be another little video on this after I get done talking, so you can watch it. Remember to go read Smoke Jumpers again. You're going to have a quiz on Smoke Jumpers. There's a little 5-question quiz on it on your assignment. You've got a spelling practice today. It's a little different than the ones we normally do since we've got homophones this week. You've got a story quiz, and you've got this grammar assignment. So 3 assignments to do for me today. I'll let you go get started now. See you later.